Welcome to another episode of Meet Me Outside with Kunal C. Arora. Here we are back again. We got my boy Dennis in the building. Bruce chilling as well. Buddy, what a fantastic situation we've run into. There's amazing things. No, I'm going to, you know what I mean? I take the energy to a 10. I got to ask you something.
I thought you were about to drop huge news on me.
No.
Elon Musk was about to walk in from off.
No, absolutely not. And he doesn't go to this part of town.
No?
No, absolutely. I want to ask you this. What are you doing to show your support for the Ukraine?
Oh, God, you put me on the spot like that?
Absolutely. I want to know.
What am I doing to show? All right, so here's my daily routine.
Because let's be honest here. Some places are renting Airbnbs in the Ukraine and not showing up to give money to the people.
I heard about that.
Yes.
I like to think that there's a small percentage who are like very off the grid and they don't pay attention to world politics and they're showing up like, what the fuck is going on here?
I'm going to tell you right now, this would be the time for me to start several Airbnbs
in the Ukraine.
All I'm thinking about is how do I get my money?
It'd be so easy, wouldn't it? All you need to do is just take some pictures.
It's just rubble.
No, some pictures from like a few months ago. You know what I mean? Like we're in a part of the Ukraine that's actually not affected by
I'm
Russia's
stealing
invasion.
photos from other people's Airbnbs.
Yeah, you write yourself some fake reviews. I think you got a profitable business plan here.
That's what I'm thinking. So
Yeah.
okay, now people are doing that. Airbnbs. People are they're not drinking Russian vodka, which is to me the saddest.
That's truly an alcoholic's effort, isn't it? Like I'll do what I can, one day at a time.
I'm not gonna beat my Russian wife. In fact, I'm gonna hit her harder.
Yeah, I'll buy the cheaper of the Russian vodka,
Right.
not the good stuff.
Exactly.
I'm not. First of all, how dare you assume that I even support the Ukraine?
That's funny.
You don't know my situation. You don't know my background.
Right,
You don't know
okay.
my politics.
I don't know.
We keep politics out of this friendship for a reason.
That's true.
And then you ambush me on this
True.
show.
So what do you? I find out you're doing nothing but supporting Russia.
I took a DNA test 2 weeks ago. Turns out I'm Russian, so I've had a huge change of my beliefs and cultural.
You walked in here drinking a White Russian.
I am a white Russian.
Yeah, that's true.
Here's my daily routine, which is not healthy, but I wake up at whatever time and I open my phone, I go to Reddit, and I go to a subreddit called Public Freakout,
Okay.
which is people freaking out in public.
Right.
And it's like my morning coffee until I have my morning coffee. Because you watch people flipping out in a McDonald's.
Yeah. This is how you get up in the morning? It's panic?
This is, I wake up in fight mode. Instead of fight or flight, it's just I wake up in full blown, like you got my order wrong, and now I'm throwing chairs across the restaurant. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And there's always a good, I guess some people go to World Star Hip Hop.
Sure.
I'm more of a public freakout kind of guy.
Absolutely.
And it's just been
it
filled
would make
with
more sense that a guy who is Russian would support a website like Reddit who's owned by an Eastern European, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that true?
I don't know. It just
I don't
sounds
even know.
right.
Also, like Eastern European, that's a lot of countries.
That is.
But you
And
just
also
attach
Reddit
it.
sounds like somebody Russian saying read it.
Reddit.
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 I read it.
How did school go today? I read it. It's flooded with Ukrainian videos now.
Okay.
And it's I like maybe a fat guy getting knocked out over something in a Walmart.
Sure.
That's more my speed.
Absolutely.
But they don't have them right now. It's
Right.
Ukrainian videos of
Sure.
people like walking straight up to tanks and being like, do something. So is that support, watching these hype videos and stuff?
No.
It's not.
No, not even remotely. You're just watching videos. That doesn't
I'm just watching videos of a terrible situation while I'm in bed.
Yeah, that doesn't
In
support
my comfy American bed.
Yeah. What's your support? What are you doing to show your support?
I didn't know I had to do anything.
Buddy, everybody's doing it.
What are you doing then?
I am offering...
You should have told me last week, like, by the way, you better be supporting the Ukraine
I
heavy,
wanted to
'cause-
spring this on you to see how much of a piece of shit you truly are.
And the answer is a huge one,
a
apparently.
huge, massive turd.
I used to be the guy who would I'd have no opinions on politics. I'd tell
Absolutely.
people, I'm like, don't
You have
ask
no
me.
opinions, period.
I have no opinions on anything. Not real opinions
Right,
anyway,
no,
you know what
right.
I mean? And then sometime when I lived in Brooklyn, it became very uncool to like not take a stance on things.
It's still uncool to not take a stance on things.
I'm trying to bring it back where it is cool. I just want to be in a leather jacket smoking a cigarette like, yeah, whatever, man.
I want to let you people know I got no opinions.
I want to be like a beatnik who just
Yeah.
doesn't, the outside. I live in my own little...
We don't do thoughts here, man.
That's all we do is thoughts, though, but we're not like, I'm not
You want to switch it back up.
I feel like, you remember that part in The Simpsons where they spring back to old Flanders and he's got the troublesome kid or whatever, and it's like, we've tried nothing and nothing's working.
Yeah,
That's me.
yeah.
I'm not trying anything.
It's funny how the leather jacket and smoking a cigarette a la Dice Clay is... He's a guy who had a lot of opinions.
I was thinking more of Fonzie. But Fonzie didn't smoke, I don't think. Did
Right,
he?
he did not smoke.
Which is weird because it's set in the 50s. Like, everyone was
Everybody
puffing,
was
smoking constantly.
First of all, he looked 52 as a high school kid. So he should have been smoking.
He should have been smoking.
Absolutely.
And he was also, like, the bad boy, I think. I don't know. I never watched the fucking show.
Well, yeah, you were too young.
Yeah.
He would hit a jukebox and it'd start playing.
And he'd go, hey.
Yeah.
And at
You know
one point, he jumped a shark on jet skis. Not a jet ski. Water skis. Water skis?
I
Is
don't
that what
know.
they're called?
I'm not-
You
I
don't.
didn't-
That's where the phrase "jump the shark" comes from.
I think it was the thing is what I found a little shitty is the fact that he wouldn't pay for the jukebox music, and somebody got screwed out of that.
The diner owner is like, "This guy's just running the
This
jukebox." He's
guy
like,
keeps.
"I haven't even made my money back yet on that investment."
I can't make rent this month.
I saw him reaching up inside the vending machine, bypassing that. You know what I mean?
He's out there just picking chips.
His girl needed a tampon. He went to the ladies' room.
Hey,
Tampons for everybody.
I don't know. Fonzie never sounded like Dice Clay though, but it's great if he did. He was like, "I was jumping sharks." Hey.
I guess Fonzie's kind of like the inspiration for Dice Clay, right? There's got to be something there,
Yeah, absolutely.
some line of connection.
I wanted to get to the fact of opinions. Dice Clay had I remember hearing about when.
I'm just so happy we got off the Ukraine because
we're coming back.
Next week. Next time you have me on, I'll have something.
No, we're coming back.
I'll have a
Don't
receipt.
think
Like
we're
I
not coming
donated
back.
$20.
I'm not. I'm more aware of mine. But this is what we're gonna say. Like Dice Clay, I remember there was this clip where he was going around where he was talking about he was like shitting on the Japanese.
Just in general, the entire nation of Japan.
Yeah,
and
he was
its people,
he was just like
including Japanese Americans, or he didn't specify.
he didn't specify,
Who
but he
knows?
was just
Who
talking.
knows what's going on in that brain of his?
He's going on about how like there's so many. He goes, these people are everywhere. Didn't we drop a bomb on these people? What was in that bomb? Fertilizer.
These are good jokes.
This is a
Listen,
great joke.
it's
It's still-
offensive, but that's
They're
a very
still
funny
It's
joke.
still
Come
funny.
on.
So you're doing nothing.
I'm doing nothing, and I
Zilch.
guess I got to do something. No one's asked me yet. No one's put me to task on it.
You got to show your support.
This is why I moved back out to Long Island. You know, and
Absolutely.
people don't. I go buy a bagel. No one's like, "Are you showing support for the Ukraine?"
Yeah, they're like, Ukraine?
I'm like,
Oh, you got a crane? That's all they think it is?
my son works a crane.
Show a little support for him.
Yeah,
Local
right?
395.
He's got 4 kids. He's going back to jail in 2 months. What are you doing? So what are you doing? Are you renting Airbnbs? I guess I could find a really cheap Airbnb. And
I'm not
do
doing
one
any of
night.
that shit.
Okay.
I'm offering here right now.
Prayers. That's what you got over me? You're like, I've been praying.
And thoughts.
And thoughts.
And that's all I got to offer. No, what I'm going to do is usually I would charge $20,000 for a green card marriage to me. I'm charging $10,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you ever had anyone take you up on the 20,000 before?
No.
No? Oh, so
but-
really this is a reduction in price to match the market. It
Yeah,
sounds
this is to
like.
match the market.
This is a market.
And I'm really hoping for 10. I'm hoping for 10.
What if that really happened, though?
What if somebody hit me up?
Yeah, would you help them out?
And
or
take
like
a
would you
green card?
foster a family or something?
Foster a family, absolutely not. But for a green card marriage, for $10,000, absolutely. What's the lowest you'd go?
I don't know if I'd do it at all. What do you mean the lowest I'd go?
You're a single man?
Yeah, I'm
I'm
single.
a man in a relationship.
I'm on the market. Apparently, when you say someone's on the market, you're like, I want a dollar figure because they're on the market and they're worth something.
Right, okay. I'm in a relationship. I got to justify to my girl that I'm going to get married for 10 grand.
And she's probably going to want a cut of that then, your girlfriend.
Damn it.
So now you're not even getting your 10
I'm not even
grand.
getting the full 10 grand. I'm probably losing 10%.
You've announced it on the podcast, so the
Yeah.
tax man is going to want his cut. Now you're down to like 4,500.
I'm down.
That's not even enough for a new car.
This is no good.
Yeah. Meanwhile, your Ukrainian wife, she's got good taste.
Right.
So feeding her isn't cheap.
That's true.
She likes the good stuff. She's going for the expensive
This is
Russian
a
vodka.
pro-Russia podcast right now. I just want to make that clear.
I wish I knew some phrase in Russian, but
Yeah.
I know zilch about Russia.
Das Vidanya, Ukraine. Das Vidanya.
What do you think that means?
I think it means goodbye.
Oh, okay. All right. Hey, that's. Oh, you just said goodbye to the Ukraine. I don't know.
What's the lowest you'd?
What's
okay,
the?
Or so
I think though your question to me, yours. What's the lowest you'd go?
What's-
Mine
yours
is
is
how
what's the
much.
highest.
Yeah. What's the highest?
Okay, so
Do I get to meet her first?
no
Okay, so this is sight unseen.
sight unseen?
Phone call?
One phone call.
How long of a phone
5
call?
minutes.
5 minutes. You could know a lot about somebody
Maybe
in
you
5
can.
minutes.
Maybe you can't.
But she could be like one of those like Russian or Ukrainian, excuse me,
Yeah.
like phone sex operators. So
Could
it's like
be.
sexy over the, like
Absolutely.
raspy and
The-
seductive.
I'm gonna tell you right now. English shattered.
Yeah, and
broken.
Then, not just that, not
Yeah.
just English shattered, but then like you're hearing the phone voice, but then you
Yeah.
see him in person. Whole nother story.
Absolutely.
Whole nother story.
You could sound extremely hot over the phone.
Yeah, people tell me that I have a very hot phone voice.
Who?
People, they're out there.
There was a guy that Dennis and I once met at a show at a house party we were supposed to
I
do.
talk about this all the time.
And we were in the South somewhere, and this guy told us he was a phone sex operator.
First of all, show up to the show. It's supposed to be a big house show, like
Yes.
a party.
Right.
There's like 5 of us there, just standing around. I'm drinking, like 4 of us drinking beer, and you looking like, Dennis, why? Like, I think I booked that one.
Yes, you did.
And you're like, you fucking idiot. What'd you do?
It was a dingy house in some remote part of the South somewhere. And it's a house. And this is why I don't like to let Dennis book the shows. Because he will say yes to anything and everything.
They promised us like a 12-pack of Miller Draft.
Yes.
Miller Genuine Draft.
I don't even drink.
Yeah, but I'll buy you your seltzer for the night because I'm going to take all the beers. You know what I mean?
So giving.
Um,
So giving.
Well, at least the hotel was nice at that area.
Absolutely it was.
So we go to this guy's house, and we're kind of doing the whole thing where it's like, obviously, for these guys, like, stand-up isn't your full-time job. Like, what
Right.
are you doing to make ends meet?
Sure.
Thinking, food service, or, like, I do a little, like, work-from-home type thing, you know. And go ahead. What did this guy say? I'm going to
Phone
blush.
sex operator. He would sit in his house and do phone calls for dudes, I believe.
For dudes.
Yeah, mostly men would call.
I think he was gay for pay. I don't know if he was gay.
He was gay for voice pay.
Gay for...
Gay.
Gay for voicemails.
Yeah, gay for leave a message after the beep.
So actually, I kind of forgot that. Yeah, that's what he did was gay for pay phone sex with guys. And
Right.
I always remember the funniest thing to me is that he'd get a guy on the phone, like, he'd log in and be waiting for someone to call. They'd get a call and it'd be some gruff Southern dude and be like, "What are you doing? How's your day been?" And he's like, "Oh, I just rode my bike home from my college. I was just taking a class," which is already a lie.
Right. Yeah.
And the dude on the other,
because the guy's like 58.
because the guy's like 58, but he goes, the other guy on the line just goes, "No, I don't like that." And he goes, "So I've been at work all day." Like, just switches it up immediately.
Yeah, that's what I like.
The theater of the mind is so
Yeah.
easily like, "No, I don't like that. Change it. Do something else."
That is so impressive. I forgot about that entirely.
So he'd have to flip things on the spot. But even besides that, so once he tells us that, we're like, what other weird things have you done for money? And he said that he would buy women's underwear, and he would wear them for a few weeks.
Ugh.
And then, you don't remember this? He said he
No.
would sell them to dudes.
You have a better memory about these things.
You tend not to forget it. Plus, I've been buying off him now for years. I have a direct. He gives me 20% off. I got a punch card and shit.
We shake out your coat, underwear just comes flying.
Dirty women's underwear.
In mass that smell like an old dude.
That's something that never did it for me. The whole smell, because it's a smell thing, I'm
Yes,
pretty sure.
yes,
It's
yes.
not just the sight of the underwear.
Absolutely.
And nowadays we got women on the internet selling their farts in mason
Yes,
jars.
in jars. You know, this is the thing I don't understand. Women, you talk about equality. You want your equality. But then you can sell farts in jars.
Yeah,
You could sell dirty underwear.
yeah.
You could sell pictures of your feet. Nobody wants pictures of my feet.
Nope,
Nobody wants pictures of hobbit feet.
nope.
Because that's all I'm selling here.
Unless you want to go for gay feet.
Yeah, but
you
the-
probably...
But the gay...
Because guys are just animals. At the end of the day, it
they
turns
are.
out that we're
But-
just...
But the market is limited.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
It goes in one direction.
Yeah.
There's no other thing going back to women. Like, the only time women will objectify or spend money on a dude like that is like in a Magic Mike situation.
Absolutely.
And that's... Come on.
Rare.
Come on.
If ever.
Yeah.
This is the thing. I don't think that you should. I think that if I was a woman, I would be doing this constantly.
It'd be hard not to.
Yeah. Nobody has to know.
Nobody... Well... yeah, I guess if you're doing farts and feet only.
If you're doing farts and feet and underwear, who gives a shit?
I wouldn't even do underwear if
I
my
wouldn't
farts and feet took off.
I would never wear an old pair of underwear ever again. Like every pair of underwear that I wore would be fresh.
Fresh underwear.
Fresh underwear.
But the thing about selling the underwear, because it sounds like I'm going to be a farts and feet kind of guy.
Yeah.
You're more of a, like, you don't want to
Underwear guy.
expand into the used underwear.
Right.
But you got to wear that underwear, man. You got to wear that underwear for a while. You got to get the juices flowing.
Don't give a shit.
So,
Run around?
I mean, so your life is going to be like once every 2 weeks you put on a fresh pair of underwear, and then
Yes.
you're wearing that same pair for 2 weeks, though, without washing it. You see what I'm saying now?
Oh.
So it is a little tricky.
I thought like 3 days.
I don't know. I think this dude said he would really...
Ugh. What a disgusting
He's
place
like,
we've
if they
gone.
wanted 3 days,
Yeah.
$20. But if
Ugh.
you want the full 2 weeks... I'm chafing down there.
There was a woman who was she had an OnlyFans account. And she was and I guess she was doing this kind of shit too.
Yeah.
You had like limited tiers and stuff like that. But you could but then a guy she invited this dude over. And you know, she like met up with him and he was like a little weird.
I think I heard about this.
Yeah. And then he ends up living in her attic. And just following her, like, you know what I mean? Watching her sleep.
Getting the true voyeur experience.
Yeah.
And he wasn't paying for that tier.
No,
and that's why this is fucked up.
That's a higher
That's
tier.
a high Patreon member level. You know what I mean?
That's beyond your $20.
You got to live in my house?
Yeah. If you live in my attic and you're eating my food and I'm supposed to pretend you're not there.
He had with like Steeler food. He had like headphones and like music player and stuff up there. He was
had
chilling.
a copy of her keys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you get sloppy, though? Like, if you're doing that, you got to be really good. And also, I don't know if I'd mind that.
What do you mean?
Like, if someone was living in my apartment and I never saw them.
Yeah.
If they start,
but
leaving
they're
a door
watching
open,
you.
They're not going to tell anyone, right? Because then that's weird on them. As long as their secret is safe with them.
It'd be funny. They're like, you know, he knew the whole time. And you're like, hey,
whoa,
keep your mouth
I
shut.
thought this was between us.
Yeah. I think that there was... This is the thing that really boggles my mind is stalking someone is disgusting.
Some call it sport.
Like
it's disgusting. It's probably the creepiest.
No, you know what I find the creepy part? Not the actual stalking, but the time you're wasting caring about a woman's life.
Because it's not real caring. It's obsession.
Yeah,
you know
it's
what
obsession.
I mean? It's
like,
not like he doesn't know this chick. He's just paid for her OnlyFans.
But it's like, I mean, you rarely have a girlfriend.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Ouch. Accurate, but ouch.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but the thing that I'm trying to say is this: is like,
what if you found out, like, Dennis hasn't had a girlfriend in a few years, but then, like, one day you meet somebody and she's like, "You're the guy. You're friends with that guy. I've put out restraining orders against him. He looks in through my window. Like, I've had to shoot him with a BB gun and stuff."
You wear black for a reason.
I always wear black for that.
Yeah, and I've never thought as to why. And you've been stalking women for years.
I'm trying to sell the beatnik aspect, but it's really because I'm just like creeping through the night like a raccoon in your garbage, you know?
You're pilfering through women's trash.
I'm No. It's just this one woman because it's an obsession.
Yeah.
I'm not some general creep, but
how dare?
But Elizabeth, will be mine one day.
Well, my God, if I found out you were creeping on one woman,
do we remain friends?
Oh, absolutely not.
I thought you were gonna say absolutely. I was so sure.
No.
I thought you were gonna be like, you'd be my most interesting friend.
No, sir.
As long as you weren't being violent,
I'd have to throw you out of my life entirely.
I'd never hurt her.
I don't.
I only want what's best for her.
Let me tell you, I'd have to throw you entirely out of my life. I'd have to have you removed from my mom's house.
What would you say when people...
You want to know why?
Why?
Because I would be especially annoyed because of the time you've wasted.
He could have been further along in his career if he wasn't sorting through this woman's garbage.
I would tell you right now, I'd be more upset at the time you wasted spending your time harassing this woman as opposed to your comedy career.
Sometimes you call me and I'm like, yeah, you know, I picked up a shift. I need some extra money this week, blah, blah, blah. I'm just sitting in a parking lot outside her job. She works at Macy's and I'm just waiting for her to go on her lunch break. Gotta go. Break's over.
You don't have a job at all?
I don't have a job at all.
You're sniffing her door handle?
I'm selling her panties that she doesn't realize I'm stealing.
Yeah, I call you up and I'm like, "Oh, are you where you got? I got a gig tonight." You're in a dumpster rooting through trash.
I can't talk. I'm in the green room and it's right next to the stage and there's not a lot of people in the crowd. She's like, "Hello?" I gotta go.
Yeah, dude, I would be so upset at the fact that you wasted your time.
It is that is the thing about stalking is that it's a huge investment in time.
It's an insane commitment.
Yeah. And it's like
have you ever stalked somebody?
No.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Have I ever I mean, I guess I shouldn't just I once said on this podcast I never hurt anybody or bullied anyone, and then we told the story about punching some kid in the face. So no, I've never stalked anybody. I've been like,
you sure?
I've been like, do you do this again? Elizabeth, come on out here.
Yeah.
No, I mean, in high school and like college years, you know, you might like pine over something. Like I pined over a library chick.
Okay.
But it's not like I would seek her out. Or it means like if I saw her
in the stacks.
No, if I saw her at a park. So I worked this job that I had to go to the library, and she
Sure.
had to let me access the elevator. So like twice a week she would work there. So like twice a week I'd be like, oh, I'm going to see so-and-so tonight, and I'm going to talk to her for 30 seconds.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And
you take out a necklace, it's her blood.
how did you get that?
Yeah.
You don't want to know.
I
don't want to know.
I look up the town where you're from. Woman librarian missing
for the past 15 years,
Right.
whatever it is. But no, nothing weird. I just get, shy and not know how to act around her or
Sure,
whatever.
yeah.
But I was also 19 years old. You
Right.
know? Now I can feign confidence for at least 30 seconds to let me into the
Absolutely.
elevator.
Right.
I feel like you're prepping to tell me about this woman you've stalked.
No.
You're trying to normalize it.
Oof.
You're like, come on, you've stalked women before.
What's the big deal?
Who hasn't?
You've never picked hair out of a comb? What's so what?
You don't have a tiny person crafted out of hair that you?
Yeah, big deal. You don't collect tampons?
I need to hear you say it. You know that, right? You haven't said it yet.
Anyway, let's go on to our next topic. Okay, so
How would you hold on again? Going back to if I were, you found out,
sure.
not was a stalker, but
Yeah.
currently
If
obsessively.
you were obsessed,
probably ongoing for years.
if you've been stalking a woman for years, I'd cut you out of my life so fast.
What would you tell people when they asked about me?
I wouldn't even bring you up.
But if you're like, I thought you do like tours with that guy you hung out with. Would you throw your friends?
I'd be like, I have no idea who you're talking about.
You're just erasing me from the history books.
I'm talking complete erasure.
I show up at a party. I'm like, Kunal, you haven't answered my phone. What's going on, dude?
No.
Been weeks.
Absolutely.
You're just like, I don't know who you are.
I would walk right by you.
I'd start stalking you. I'd start sending you photos of us together.
Yeah.
Be like, you're gonna deny this relationship ever existed.
I see a picture of you in my home holding Bruce.
Yeah, Bruce would be a very good bargaining chip.
You're wearing his head as a hat.
I'm like doing impressions. I am Bruce now.
Yeah, you're
I'm
doing-
like, I want you back in my life, so I'm trying to be the dog that I've killed. That was yours. Bruce doesn't like this at all. Bruce is like,
Hold on a second. I'm gonna need you to pretend. I'm gonna need you to hold the mic to me as I'm doing this. Hold on. Why won't you talk to me, Kunal? Why won't you talk to me?
that was creepy. That was a little
Right.
That was a little Midsommar for me.
So-
Honestly, a talking dog.
Right. So okay, so there was this girl.
Just so you know, I'd still be your friend because I'm a good friend.
I don't give a fuck. You think I give a shit?
All I care is about Elizabeth. I don't care about you,
You think I
Dennis.
give a shit if you'd be my friend if I stalked people and you were cool with it? I don't give a fuck. Good, you sicko. So there was this girl I slept with,
Okay.
and she didn't want to continue to have relationships with me. Okay.
Was this just like a casual?
We had a one night stand. We had mutual friends.
Okay.
And we hooked up. We had sex, and I was trying to continue to see her, and she would not answer my calls.
Okay.
Okay.
Tough spot to be in.
Yeah, and I would leave.
How
her.
young were you?
I was like 23.
You're definitely like 32, but okay.
Yeah.
You just
Maybe like 20.
you calculated too long. You're like, what's kind of acceptable?
What's acceptable behavior?
Emotionally,
So I was like
immature?
23, and I would leave. I'd left her voicemails.
How many?
Like 3?
I mean,
Yeah.
it's bad, but it's not like 15 bad.
Let's put it. I never showed up
Uh-huh.
where she lived.
Okay.
I never followed her.
I never collected things out of her
never- no,
garbage.
no,
I never
no.
slid
No,
notes under her door.
Listen, you know the problem that I'd be really upset with stalking somebody is truly the waste of your time. It's not the actual.
Yeah, we've been over this. You're more like, I wrote her an angry email.
Yeah.
I wrote her 4 more angry emails.
I ruined my life.
I called the state assemblyman, told him about her.
This is why I'm not allowed in Long Island. So no, I called her like 3 times. I left voicemails, and the voicemails were like, "Hey, how's it going?" And then one was like, "Hey, we got good weather this weekend."
Oh no!
Yeah.
You're just like
Yeah,
you're
desperate.
spiraling a little bit.
Desperate. It was desperate.
there.
And a mutual friend of ours was like, "Hey, let it go."
That's a good friend.
Yeah.
Just like that, kind of like, hey,
Yeah. He's like, "Hey."
don't be the guy.
And
That's,
you know what she said that really hurt?
Oh no! What?
She was like, "Hey, maybe don't leave her voicemails about the weather."
Ooh, you know why that hurts the most
Yeah.
is that
because
you instantly go, how many people has she told about these voicemails? I mean, usually if you have like some sort of
this
job,
is not stalking. We know this is
this isn't stalking, but this is also like,
this is sad.
Yeah.
This is desperate.
I once, I went on a date with a girl once.
Yeah.
And we went on a couple dates, but I never made a move after like 2 dates, 3 dates. And it was because I also wasn't feeling like, didn't feel like I was getting the opening, but she was also continuing to hang out with me.
Right.
But then she cut it off, and I was like, all right, no big deal.
And then you cut her leg off.
I didn't. No. No violence against women.
No.
But like 6 months pass, and she hits me up again.
Sure.
And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, you came around.
Right.
You probably went on a few dates, saw how many.
You saw what losers were out there.
Yeah, you thought Rooney was bad, but really.
Rooney's the best.
Not the best, but not so bad. Maybe not as bad as what we thought,
Right.
So we go out, and we have a good night, and I text her like the next day, and I get no answer.
Oh, Jesus.
And then like 2 days pass, and I text her again. I get and over the course of a week, I probably texted her.
I Google her right now. Woman found by river.
I probably texted her 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
And then I got a text message after a week, and she goes, wow, someone got a little crazy while I was out of the country, huh? And I guess she had told me, she was like, yeah, I'm about to take a week vacation to like Sweden or something, so I'm not going to be around. And I told her, I was like, I'm going to lie to all my friends about this, that this ever happened. You know what I mean?
Wait. Hold up.
Yeah.
You texted her a bunch of times?
A bunch of times.
How many?
Like 5 or 6.
5 or 6 times.
Like, but going from like, hey, I had a great time last night.
Yeah.
Like, let's get together again for sure.
Sure.
And it's like, hey, like, I thought we had a good night, like, blah, blah, blah. And then the last one was like, you contacted me after 6 months.
How many, what was the frequency between texts? Time. 4 minutes.
1 or 2 days.
1 or 2
days.
days.
Over the course of a week.
But over the course of a week.
I felt like I was getting ghosted after being hit back up, after being double tapped, kind of, you know what I mean? But we were out drinking on that night, and I guess she told me that she was going to be out of the country. Because, like, I think if I don't sound like a maniac while she's gone, we go out again when she comes back. But she came back to a flood of text messages.
Sure.
And was like, I'm dodging a bullet with this guy.
So she said, oh, what was her response?
I didn't even try to salvage it. She just said, oh, someone got a little crazy while I was out of the country. Just nailing it on the head completely.
Yes.
Just completely nailing that,
like. Oh, my God.
Because if I had texted her once or twice, she would have been like, oh, you must have forgot I was going out of the country. But for me to then 4 more times and be like, get indignant. I didn't
listen here, bitch.
No, I didn't call her like a bitch or anything. But it was very much like matter of fact, like, you know what? You hit me up. All right.
Wow.
So this is, and we had a great time.
Buddy, I felt weird about the 3 voicemails.
3 voicemails is worse than 5 or 6 texts.
Absolutely not.
What are you talking about?
That's 3 phone calls.
The weather?
The weather's
talking about the weather.
I mean,
you're looking around, calling like, it's cloudy today. I don't know what borough you're in, but
what do you mean? They wrote a song about raining men.
Did that work on the voicemail? Did you say that one? You're like, you remember that song, Raining Men? Maybe I could rain on you someday.
I think I might have said something about that. I don't think I did. Oh, God. This is the thing. The reason why I think stalking is awful is because...
Because it is?
No,
you don't have to justify it.
No. I don't even like what my girl does.
What is she? She stalks you?
No. I mean, like, what she does for her day. You know what I mean?
No, I don't. What do you mean?
Like, this is the thing. To follow and track a woman.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? I have zero care about my own girlfriend's day.
Okay.
So to actually actively follow someone, to see what they're up to see what they're doing, gross. Purely gross.
Gross mismanagement of time.
Yes.
And in the case of this kid who was, because he was only like 20 years old, I think.
Yeah. He was like living in this woman's attic.
Yeah, so, I mean, he's probably never held down a job, really.
No.
He should be out there.
You can't, how do you go to your job? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you don't go to Starbucks, make coffees for people all day, make lattes, come home and ball up you get out of work, you ball up the apron and the hat, and you climb into a woman's attic.
If I'm working my day job during the day and I have a gig at night, I'm in such a panic, like rush mode, like I got to go home, I got to shower, I got to shit, shower, shave, get ready for the show, got to go to the show, make sure I get there ahead of time. Now imagine that, like, instead of a show, I have to live in a woman's house undetected while let's be honest now, while masturbating in the attic or something. Furiously, but quietly.
Yeah.
Why would she ever meet? Also, like,
do you ever see, like, a guy who's with his girl at the mall?
Yes.
Do you see how upset that guy is?
Always.
So why would you want that?
And you're not going to win her over. Like, you don't have, I'm sure this kid doesn't have delusions like,
no.
She's going to find out that I've been, eating the rest of her cereal while she's been in the shower, and she's just going to love that I'm a no-waste kind of guy.
I separate the recycling.
Yo, imagine if you had a stalker living in your house, though, who was like a little elf that did little chores for you like that. She probably wouldn't be complaining then.
I'm going to tell you right now, if I come back, I look in my sock drawer and all the socks are sorted, I might not say anything.
I might look the other way.
I might just go,
It's like, yeah, you took out the recycling for me. I didn't have to ask.
I'm once again not condoning this. Not condoning,
but I am.
But if you're gonna stalk,
be helpful.
Please be helpful.
Do something.
Put a little. Leave they're eating these people's food. How about you leave a 20 in the wallet?
Leave a 20 in the wallet.
Like
things go missing, but every once in a while I have $20 more in the morning.
Every time I reach into my jacket pocket and I find a $20 bill, I'm not saying anything.
Yeah.
I had a stalker.
You had a stalker?
Yeah.
How long ago?
I was 12.
Oh, I thought this was going to be comedy related.
No.
Okay.
12.
12 years old? That's all right. Male or female stalker?
Female.
Don't say it like that. Like there's not male grown-ass pedophiles running around?
First of all, that's 25 years ago.
Uh-huh.
Nobody looked at,
It's like 97 for those of you doing the math at home?
Yeah, it's, it's gross. You can't. First of all, it was 96, but yeah.
I remember it very vividly.
Right. No. I mean, it's, no. Could there be, of course there'd be male stalkers for men. But no, this was a girl who was stalking me.
She was your own age?
Yeah, my age.
And you were how old? 8 years old?
I was 12 years old.
12 years old.
Yeah.
So you were a 12-year-old boy being stalked by a 12-year-old girl?
Yeah.
Who was probably not attractive?
To a
12-year-old
What does
boy.
that mean?
To a 12-year-old boy.
What?
Listen, when I was in second grade, I was already eyeing out the cuties that for a second grade. Yeah.
That's 8.
Yeah, so you're now 12.
So I can't tell if I can't be attracted to a woman?
You can be. I'm saying
a year later I would lose my virginity.
Okay. So to my point,
yes.
If she was stalking you, and it's presented as a problem,
right? I'm
assuming you were not attracted to her, because if you were attracted to her, I'd imagine you'd be with this girl to this day.
Oh, you're right. Never mind.
Okay. Jesus, you jumped down my throat like that.
I got real bad. What are you calling me gay?
Yeah, right. You calling 12-year-old me gay?
Yeah, bro. What up?
And then you just dropped the 13-year-old virginity loss.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was to a dude.
I wasn't gay till I was 13, bro.
So she would follow me home. From a distance.
Where's this girl's parents? They're holding her hand like, all right, we'll follow him home.
We'll go this way.
To their defense, they're making sure you get home safe.
Right.
From a distance. With their daughter.
So she would call my house.
And just breathe?
Yeah.
Really?
I kid you not.
Would she breathe like that? Like a older, like?
No, I would hear someone breathing.
But it was like a young girl breath.
Yeah, it was a young girl. It was a. Why does it sound like a puppy?
It did sound. Well, she probably. Never mind. I can't.
No, what?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Date my owner.
12-year-old girl.
She likes it rough.
What can I ask? What nationality this girl
Indian.
was? Okay.
Yeah.
So probably heavily influenced by her parents. Her parents probably telling her from 5 years old, like, we need to find you an Indian man now.
Your arranged marriage is coming.
This will not skip a generation. We keep this tradition alive.
We're bringing it to America.
And they were hyped when she came home and she's like, I don't know why she has the accent. I've been stalking Kunal.
Why does she sound old?
Because that's the only Indian accent I can do is old
my
Indian.
Mom?
Is Sai Baba. My idea of what Sai Baba, Indian holy man, sounds like.
Absolutely.
No, so how long did this courtship, I'll call it?
This went 6 months.
That's a long time.
It's a long time, dude.
And
actually, no, I'm sorry. This went years.
So again, you were not attracted to her.
No.
Why?
Because I just
not your.
No, not my type.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you like confront her after a couple weeks?
One time, her brother called me.
He's like, you got to stop being so sexy.
I
can see he starts talking to you for a few minutes. He's like, I can see what she likes about you.
They're tugging on the phone to breathe on it. No, it's my turn.
I want to breathe on the phone.
Yeah. And I just hear 2 breaths.
Her brother called you or confronted you?
He calls me. And he goes, just date my sister. Yeah.
How old was the brother?
Younger.
Oh, God. She's enlisting younger brothers?
Yeah.
To sell her?
Yes.
Ugh.
to sell her dirty.
And what do you
vagina.
say to him?
I was
Like, don't call this house ever again.
yeah. I said, bro, do not call this number, son. You don't want this.
Your mom and dad find out about this?
Not
whole thing?
till later,
Because they would
You gotta
probably
realize-
be like, go out on a date.
yeah,
Come on,
yeah.
give her a chance.
We're gonna get you married.
Yeah.
No, this is the thing. Like, you don't. My parents were like, they were working. They didn't give a shit about any of
Too
this.
busy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
too
yeah,
busy.
yeah,
They
yeah.
ran a grocery store.
Right.
Yeah, so she would call my house and breathe on the phone.
Now, you guys are in the same class?
We were in different classes.
Different classes. So you were
Yeah.
mysterious to her.
Yeah.
Because God knows if she heard you
No,
talk for
so
more than 5
I met
minutes.
her at a family party.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, so she's connected.
connected.
She's connected.
So she got my number through this other person's, through a mutual family friend.
Uh-huh.
And she's calling my place up. She'd call me from like different numbers and shit.
Yeah. She got burner phones.
Her
She's paying taxis to drive past your house.
taxis.
12-year-old gangster. She's like, circle again.
Go slower this time.
Slipping this dude 20 is like,
Yeah.
you got nowhere to be.
It's her uncle.
This is His uncle's still charging her that?
Yeah.
He's like, I'll take your money.
The meter's running.
So this lasts for years.
Yeah. So this is what happened.
Consistently, or is there like breaks where it's like you don't hear from her for 4 months?
There's breaks.
Okay.
So now
But she always comes back around.
I get a letter. She wrote me a letter
Uh-huh.
that in ninth grade. No, not ninth grade. 7th, 8th. Yeah. I think maybe 8th or 9th grade.
Okay.
She wrote me a letter saying that like I'm missing out. That
I like this turn of events.
you don't know what you've given up a good thing.
You never had it. Giving up a good
That's
thing.
what I'm saying.
Yo, I do like this newfound confidence in her,
That's
though.
what I like. She
You-
goes,
were you getting turned around a little bit by it? Like,
yeah,
you know what?
I
Maybe
wrote her a letter and I was like, I want in.
No,
No.
Went on
I
2
won't-
dates, didn't work out.
I want more. That's the girl who I left the voicemails on.
Oh, God. Yeah, these stories
It
are
all
connected.
comes back together. So I go.
You still have this letter?
I wish.
That'd be great.
I know.
Put it on the pod.
Oh, absolutely.
Read it out loud?
Yeah, she wrote me. So I read the letter to my cousin and his wife, and they were dying. My cousin's wife, he was just married to her for
You're what now, like 14 when you get the letter?
Yeah, 13, 14.
13, 14?
Yeah, I read the letter to my cousin, he's like maybe 13, 14 years older than me.
Uh-huh.
So
Grown-ass man.
Yeah, grown-ass man. His wife literally was choking. She almost choked to death. Rice came out of her nose because of what I'm about to
You
tell you.
can't read a letter like that at dinner. Everyone's going to be
I mean,
laughing.
right. So the letter I'm reading, you ready for what part that I remember like from the letter?
The line?
She goes, so I was in this class called like 901, right? Which is like
For
this
some
ranked.
reason, I thought you were going to say 9/11.
No. I was in this class called 9/11.
We were planning something. We're not going to say what it was.
It didn't pan out.
It didn't work out.
So we like there's 901, 902, 903.
Okay.
Right? 901's the best. I was in the best class.
What genre? What subject?
It was like in general.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
So I was like a well-rated student.
Right.
So, which is weird because I was really mediocre at school. So then she says that she's like, you've lost the opportunity to have a good thing. Your life will not be the same without me.
Is she putting a curse on you?
That's, to be honest, I'm doing a podcast with you and the dog.
It all worked out for
Yeah,
her. She's going to listen to this episode and be like, finally, I can rest.
like a spirit.
Yeah.
A spirit that like leaves a place. I can rest. She died 7 years ago.
She had unfinished business.
Yeah, I can rest now.
This podcast
Yeah.
releases her. You did something good finally.
Like it's like an Indian dish that just disappears into the night. Yeah. So she's a bowl of butter chicken. So she goes, you don't know what you're missing out on. I have a new man now.
Now, you're from Queens. She was
Yeah.
from Queens, I
Yes,
imagine. This
yeah.
is Flushing?
Yeah, this is Flushing.
Is she got a little like, and this is the 90s now.
Sure.
So don't go coming at me.
I will not.
But did she have a little like Queens stank to it? Like
No, she's
like Indian
she
daughter.
came
like
to
very,
she came from India.
Oh, okay,
and she'd
first
only been here
generation.
for a few years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so she,
so-
if you could see her now, she'd be wearing like a Yankee cap and Timberlands.
Yeah, she's got
Be like,
Timberland.
told you missed out, bro.
Yeah, she flicks a Newport at me.
Just hits you like, oh.
Oh God.
She's bullying you.
Yeah. She holds a knife to my throat.
Okay, so she writes you this letter.
Yes.
You get it.
Yeah. No,
And
no.
she says she has a new man.
I got a
Does
new.
the man want to fight you or something?
No. She goes, I got a new man. His name is Raj.
Raj. Okay.
He's got muscles and brains.
And brains. You
And
usually don't
brains.
get both.
And I got neither.
You had neither.
Yeah. And you'll never be as good as Raj is.
And it's like we're
And
14
I'm reading this
years
to my
old
cousin's wife, and she starts choking to death.
with the muscles and
yeah,
you'll
yeah,
never be
the-
Raj.
yeah.
Yes.
He's got muscles and brains.
and brains.
Yeah. And I'm like, good for her.
Yeah.
Good
You're
for
happy her.
Raj.
Do you guys continue in the same school? Like, did you?
So we go to different. So now,
Do you guys reconnect on Facebook?
hold on.
Where does this? Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
then-
want the whole.
I know.
arc.
I will not stop painting the picture. Don't
Okay.
you worry. So then, my junior high extends to 9th grade.
Mm-hmm.
She's already left. Okay.
Oh, she was a year older than you.
No. It was 801, not 901, but
Okay,
whatever.
gotcha.
So she's now in a different school. Okay. And I have to apply to a bunch of schools to get into schools, right?
Did she ever say like where Raj went to school? Like
No clue. I know nothing
yo,
about Raj.
There was no Raj. you know that, right?
Yeah,
She
there's
created
no Raj.
She created Raj out of thin
Where's
air.
this muscle-bound,
Muscle-bound Indian kid?
intelligent man named Raj that somehow managed to escape me through all these years of junior high? Of course there's no fucking Raj, man.
I didn't realize that until the moment I said it.
Yeah, you don't.
You thought it didn't need to be said. I needed to hear it.
You know what's funny? You're Raj.
I am Raj.
Yeah.
This girl's name wasn't Elizabeth, was it?
Yeah. So I apply to a bunch of schools. I don't get in. I apply for a second term of a bunch of schools. I get into my safety school.
Okay.
Which is John Bound and in the gardening department.
The gardening
Gardening
department.
program. I get into a gardening program into junior high.
I've never seen you do anything with plants.
I know.
Go ahead.
There's I'll get into that.
Yeah.
So I get into the gardening program for my high school. It's the last school I applied to as a joke.
Uh-huh.
I got rejected from you applied to 10 schools?
Joke was on you.
Yeah, I know. And I got rejected 1 through 9, rejected from all of them.
Jesus.
And the 10th one I got into, which was John Bound.
These are just Queens high schools,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Were you
yeah.
that bad of a student?
Yeah, it was
What the
terrible.
fuck is going on over there?
I was
dude?
awful. I just didn't care.
Okay.
So I get into this school, and I'm in the gardening program. Turns out she's also at this school. Yeah,
She's got 2 green thumbs.
in my ass.
All right, you beat me to it.
One in my mouth, one in my ass.
So now you are in the same class.
We're in the same school,
in the same
Yeah.
school.
and she has a boyfriend.
Not Raj.
No,
What's his name?
I don't remember his guy's
Did
name.
he have muscles?
No,
Nerdy kid?
he was fine,
Okay.
normal.
You were jealous. I can hear it in your voice.
Yeah, I'm jealous. I'm still upset
You're
about
still
it.
thinking about. You're bringing her up right now. That's all you're talking about the last time.
I can't stop. This podcast is to get her back.
If you're out there,
Yeah.
I miss you. I want you.
I need you to stalk her.
Well,
You came to the right place.
I promised I'd never do it again. But if you're asking me to come out of retirement, I see no more nobler cause.
So she's now dating this dude, and he's a nice guy.
Uh-huh.
We take the bus home together.
Are you like talking to him? Are you building a friendship with him?
Yeah, me and him are cool.
Why?
Because he's cool.
Okay.
I like him.
All right.
I'm happy. She's happy.
You're not trying to drive a wedge in between the.
What are you out of your fucking?
Are you
gourd?
are you getting friendly with him? Are you saying, your girlfriend, she's fucking crazy about me
No.
6 months ago, writing me letters, breathing on the phone and shit?
I don't
Because
bring-
that would ruin
I don't,
a relationship.
I don't bring any of that up.
All right.
So then one day it turns out they break up,
Mm-hmm.
and now I'm alarmed.
Uh-huh.
Now I'm worried.
Because you think the focus is about to shift back to you?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm worried.
Uh-huh.
And now,
Every time the phone rings, you start sweating?
I am getting nervous.
You're locking the bathroom door?
Why would I lock the bathroom door?
Why wouldn't you?
That's
Always lock the bathroom door.
That's a weird thing.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a very odd thing to say.
Sometimes you swing and you miss. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, that was a pure bomb right there, and I'm happy that you acknowledge the fact that that stunk. So we were so then I'm taking the bus home with this guy, and I go, "Hey, what happened?" And he goes,
Bitch is fucking crazy. What do you mean what happened?
"You know."
Yeah, you should know better than anybody.
So he goes, "There's a guy that she used to like, and she likes him again." He says that to me.
And then he's like, have you heard of Raj? Apparently he's got muscles and brains. I'm afraid of this dude.
I'm terrified.
I'm terrified of Raj.
I've been locking the bathroom door.
You saved it.
Yeah,
All right,
I know,
pulled
buddy,
it out.
Buddy, we got to do something. So,
all right, so you know it's you, obviously.
yeah, I know it's me. So I say to him,
I think you did that on purpose. I think you talking to him, he's probably telling her about his new friend.
No, man.
She's like,
I'm trying to make sure this. So he says to me, it's some guy that she used to like, and I say to him, I'm telling you right now, dude. I'm telling you right now, bro.
You said it like that?
Yeah.
Dude.
We're on the bus. Yeah.
Dude. Let me tell you.
I'm
you're like
rocking
too close to his face and shit.
I'm telling you right now, bro.
Bro.
Yeah.
She's crazy, and she said she likes this other guy again.
And I'm telling you right now, bro. It's not gonna work out. That's what I say to him. And he goes, "Good to know."
I think he knew.
Yeah, of course he fucking knew.
Everyone knows this shit but me, apparently.
Yeah, but
there's no Raj. I didn't know. He knew the whole time. I didn't know.
Yeah, he didn't. He knew that I knew that he knew.
And was that the end of it then, or did she?
So,
now she comes at you with
So now, like
at this point, she's given a few hand jobs. She's a little experienced.
Yeah.
She's like, I think I got things I could show this guy.
No, so then man, we would be casual in the conversation. You know what I mean? Like we would talk.
You would talk to her?
Yeah, and now because she was with this guy, so I thought everything was cool.
Oh no, dude.
Yeah, now like she would like give me a hug, and the hugs are lasting way.
You're hugging this chick?
She would give me
She used to call your house and breathe into the phone.
Yeah, but I thought that she was chill about everything, man.
You're as bad as this OnlyFans chick who met up with the guy and then got surprised when he was living in her attic.
It's my fault?
I'm not victim blaming. I'm saying, what were you wearing when you would hug her?
A low-cut shirt.
Low-cut shirt and, some chinos,
I dress like a woman. I have a skirt.
You reminded me.
I'd bend over, she'd see my thong.
Ew. I don't know why I had such a visual on that. I had a girl, and I don't want to interrupt.
Sure.
What happened? Was there a conclusion?
So I was at a Sweet 16.
A
birthday party.
This is through the years. I love this. Dude. This is like
right.
I've never heard this story.
I know. I've been waiting for a podcast to talk.
You're at a Sweet 16.
Yeah.
Things are hot and heavy.
No.
Well, you know how Sweet 16s were. Though. Love was in the air.
Erections were in the air. So now she wants to dance with me. I say no.
Okay.
And then
has the stalking started again?
The stalking hasn't started, but the hugs were longer. The hanging around was longer. All this.
You should whisper in your ear. She'd be like, "You're gonna be mine. You can't resist me."
She doesn't have my phone number, so she just says it to me from behind. Yeah, she's behind the other locker. So she wanted to dance with me. I said no a bunch of times, and then she said that. And then the girl whose birthday it was came up to me and she was like, "Hey, she's in the bathroom crying.
Oh God,
I don't want this to be a scene. Could you dance with her?"
Yeah, but even for her, it's not a real dance now. You know what I mean?
It's creepy.
It's consolation dancing.
It's weird.
Yeah.
So I had to dance with her to not make it a scene.
Was it a scene anyway?
No, I mean,
because everyone was like, "She's still crying."
Yeah, no,
dancing with you. Was it that? Was it slow dancing?
It was slow dancing.
Oh no!
And I just slow danced with this girl, and I felt so fucking violated, dude.
Yeah, you got whored out.
Yeah, I got whored out, man.
You got whored out.
And it's like I didn't look around, but after that dance, I left. I stood out waiting, like I called. And I remember, like, this is, like, the one time that my parents took me to, my dad took me to his party, and he's, like, picked me up or whatever.
If you have to dance with any young women you do not want to, you call me, okay? And I will be there in 2 hours. Because I am busy, and I have things to do. So, you understand.
You know what you got into when you took that ride from me. This was part of the deal. You're on my time now.
All weekend, you are at the house. You do not leave. You sit in front of television. Finally, you go out. You socialize.
You get a stalker. That's your problem.
I love he's like fair, but he's also like, you got to deal with.
Yeah.
This is your life.
To be honest, man, that's not far away from who my dad was.
your biggest problem. I don't know. I see. Sometimes I have it, and sometimes I don't. But
it's okay.
your biggest problem is Stalker. Do you know what I dealt with back in my country to come here so you could have Stalker? You thank me for Stalker. Oh.
In India.
Go ahead, get it out.
You stalk them.
In India, we stock water. Okay. And
now you have Stalker. Do you know how good you have it? My dad makes me feel ungrateful.
Yeah, you got to be grateful for your Stalker.
So yeah, no, I ended up. Man, I felt so fucking violated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Parties as a teenager are rough, man.
Yes.
If you're not like the cool kid there.
Right.
It is not an easy scene. I remember a friend of mine, a female friend of mine.
Whoa. Nobody says I wasn't cool, baby.
I mean, you were. Yeah, girl was crying.
I mean, a girl was
dance
crying.
with you.
I switched schools the year after, actually.
Same age you were about there, like
Yeah.
50, like 16.
Sure.
I had a friend who went to a Catholic school. I was friends with a few girls in Catholic schools, which was a good move in high school, I think. Could I like
because they want men.
Yeah, my high school sweetheart went to a different
desperate
school.
man's attempt.
I'm hanging outside of the Catholic girls' school. Just like
You're in the dumpster smoking.
this kid, he could wear whatever he wants to school. They were attracted by that alone. They're like, he doesn't have to wear a uniform.
Yeah.
No, but this Catholic schoolgirl friend of mine or whatever,
Sure.
they had a dance that was co-ed with another like Catholic boys' school.
Right.
And she danced with this kid I knew from like PAL basketball. And she told me this story. She's like, yeah, we were dancing and I thought it was all normal. And all of a sudden I felt like an erection on my leg.
Yeah.
And like not in a like he was like it just happened.
Sure.
And she like said something about it and he immediately just like ran away from her.
Yeah.
Thank God you only have like a year left of high school to deal with that because that story is going to get passed around.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially she goes, I'll never forget this. She goes, it was like so thin. She goes, it felt like a pencil. And I was like, yo. I was like, I'm so happy you told me, but I feel bad because now I'm going to tell everybody this.
Yeah, of course. Pencil Dick Tom.
Pencil Dick Tom.
That story got to my school.
You heard about Pencil Dick Tom?
Pencil Dick Tom, PDT?
You know what these kids out in Nassau are doing? They got pencil dicks out there.
Bunch of creeps hanging around women's high schools.
I wouldn't say that I had a stalker, but your story reminded me that I did have this girl who was a little obsessed with me.
Oh.
And she would like slip notes in my locker and shit.
Really?
And one time she wrote at the height of it, she wrote me this poem that was basically like, I want you. I want to be with you. We belong together.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Stay out of a dumpster because I want you.
Because I'll find you. Don't look in your dumpster because I'll find you. And
roses are red, violets are blue. Don't stalk me. I'll stalk you.
If you don't stalk me, I'll stalk you.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wasn't even a good poet. She's just going with very basic. I'm like, give me a little iambic pentameter at least. Get my engine going.
You dumb bitch.
Yeah, give me a soliloquy.
Yeah. A haiku.
Here's how corny of a kid I was.
Yeah.
I wrote her a rejection poem. I wrote her a poem being like, yo, I'm not interested. Please leave me alone. But
really?
I felt like I had to put I couldn't just say that.
Yeah.
I felt like I had to put some kind of effort to be like a nice guy.
Sure.
Dennis Rooney, still a little bit, but way worse back in the day. Like,
right.
Just
a girl wrote me a rejection letter that were lyrics from a song.
Well, then she didn't write it. She copied and pasted it.
She plagiarized a rejection letter for a song. Go on.
Was it just lyrics, or did she at least say like, you know, this song says everything?
No. She didn't even quote proper. She goes, "This is how I feel," and then wrote it without quotations.
Do you remember the song?
I think it might have been a Smash Mouth song. I'm not even sure.
It's like
somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me.
That's awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
So you wrote.
So I write. She writes me this thing. I write her back.
Yeah.
And that's kind of it. She leaves me alone, but I still see her once in a while, and it's a little weird. But she was like a grade or two younger than me, so there was at least like I didn't have to be in her class, like worry about that, you know. Cut to.
Wait. You wrote her this rejection thing.
Yeah.
What was it?
It was a rejection poem.
Okay. What was the poem?
I don't remember it.
Can you give me some idea? Did it rhyme?
Something. It rhymed.
Yeah.
It rhymed.
Yeah.
It was probably 8 couplets.
Yeah.
Which, if I remember correctly,
I am whatever you say I am, and if I wasn't, then why would I say I am?
is 100 bars and running from you.
In the paper every day I am. Radio won't even play my jam.
And then I performed it for her. I didn't just give it to her. I was like, you hold the lyrics and I'm going to rap at you. You could read along as I go. This is a performance piece called Not My Bitch. Never Gonna Be My Bitch by Dennis Rooney.
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down.
Except for right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you down, give you up all at once.
Not gonna make you smile and hurt me. Go on.
So years pass.
Yes.
High school finishes. I go to college. I start doing stand-up. I move to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And I get
we're talking hard fast forward.
Years.
Yeah, hold on to Bruce.
And I'm here, Bruce. I'm here for you, baby. I know. He doesn't like these romantic turmoil stories. He wants everyone to be happy.
Right.
This fucking chick messaged, or she, not on Facebook, she found me on OkCupid.
Wow.
And she sent me this long message.
Get the fuck out
like, we should hang out. Things are different now. I'm like, and here's the thing. In high school,
I like how you never think. I could just stop there.
What? I never think at all?
Yeah.
Period.
You
no opinions, no thoughts.
Yeah.
Dennis Rooney.
But you held to it.
Vessel of emptiness.
You have a stalker, essentially.
No, because, she might have been. She could have been stalking me from afar.
Absolutely.
But I think more than likely she just came across my social media OkCupid account and was like.
So what did the letter say?
It was like, high school was crazy and I live near you now. Like, I think she was also in Brooklyn. She's like, we both live in Brooklyn. Let's go get a drink together and hang out. Okay. Meanwhile, like, I never hung out with this girl.
2 years younger than you.
Maybe a year, maybe 2.
Okay.
But it's not like we would hang out. It's not like we even had like similar friends. I think we were both like
you know the thing is, she hung out with you.
In her mind.
Yeah.
In her mind, we were hanging out all the time.
Absolutely. You're at the bar with your buddy. And she's sitting at the table behind.
She's my Tyler Durden.
Yeah.
I'm her. No. I'm stalking myself. Still not interested.
You're putting on lipstick and you're writing yourself emails.
No, that's you. You write the emails.
Yeah,
I write the poems.
That's true. Baby, I'll ruin my life right now. So then what?
But here's the thing too: is that
also, what'd she look like?
That's what I was gonna get to.
Yeah.
So in high school,
because I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're a guy and you're being stalked and she's good looking. Don't be an idiot.
In high school, if she wasn't so kind of stalker-ish, I guess I would say, I might have been interested.
Sure.
Just because she was kind of like a punky chick. She dressed a certain way that I was into at the time. Not flannel, but like a lot of black, like a winged eyeliner. I like that.
I love how you just said a lot of black as if, are you this woman?
It's me. Pale skin.
Yeah.
Drinks like a fish.
She's 6'4".
Who could she be?
Short hair. Often covered in dog fur.
This is out of control.
Yeah, I know.
Hair.
That's fine.
I'm going to start coming over here in a hazmat suit and do the podcast like that.
Yeah. Once again, Dennis is covered in dog fur.
But like I thought she was cute in high school.
Sure.
And
fat?
She was a little heavy.
but in the good way.
Yeah, in a good way.
Right.
Maybe just a little bit
Dick
more
in all
heavy
the right places.
than, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
One of those things where, like, also I was pretty inexperienced at the time. I was like 16 years old.
Sure.
So if we had met in college, probably would have made some mistakes.
Sure.
But I was still kind of a shy,
How old are you
inexperienced
now?
guy. How old am I right now? 32.
No, I meant then when she reached out.
When she reaches out to me, I'm like 26, 25, 26. So when I initially get this message, I'm older, I'm a little different. Not everything has to be serious.
Certainly
I went through a lot of time where like any kind of relationship, I was like, this is so heavy. I don't know if I could take it. Now is at more of a place where it's like, yeah, we just hang out, maybe fool around, who knows?
Right.
But she went she not just that she put on like a lot of weight.
Right.
From what I remember too. Like I'm pretty sure she put on a bunch of weight, but she became one of those like bald chicks. Like she had a crew cut.
Yeah.
And she had like facial, all things that I could be into.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't matching up for
me. Wait. Describe. What do you mean? She was fat?
She was a heavy, she looked like a big Brooklyn lesbian.
Okay.
Who like rode a bike but was somehow out of shape still.
I love how you're throwing barbs.
You wanted to listen. I'm no prize, but whatever. Right. She was into it.
She wouldn't have looked that way if you had not rejected her to begin with.
I sent her down a spiral.
Yeah.
She would have been on the Forbes 500 list if I had just went out with her. You think?
We look out the window. We just see her fly through the window. you see her fly past the window.
She could. She kind of looked like a new age X-Men person. She looked like a
like an X-Man, like the character, or used to be a man.
a former man. No, I don't mean a former man.
She was an X-Man. Because that's what you said. You said she was an X-Man.
No, that's not what I mean. I mean like
she was a new woman.
Like in Deadpool, they got like the new mutants and shit, and they all kind of look like lame, whatever. Same thing in like the Book of Boba Fett. They meet these.
I like how you called her a new woman.
She's a new mutant, is what she is. Goddamn.
You call this woman a new mutant.
A new mutant. That's a phrase from comics.
Sure. Yeah.
And
right.
But now she writes me this, and I'm like, shit. Now I got to write another rejection poem. No, I didn't.
You break out the quill. Allow me to reintroduce myself.
My name is No. No. N to the O. Oh. I never answered.
Buddy, we that's it.
Yeah.
We're good.
All right.
We got dates?
Yeah, we do have dates.
We have dates. What do you got?
April 8th and 9th, we're in Asheville.
We're in Asheville.
We are in Louisville, Kentucky doing Planet of the Tapes Sunday, April 10th.
Plug the Instagram.
My Instagram is at Dennis Rooney 7. That's the only social media I have. Follow me there. Check out my other podcast, Netflix Book Club.
I didn't write the top cities, but we could probably assume. Thank you guys for listening, as always. And All Day KCA. That's the Instagram, Twitter. People who have been messaging. Thank you for the messages. People sharing the podcast. Thank you for sharing it. Continue to share the podcast. Continue to get the word out. Send images of you listening to the podcast. Parts you listen. Tell me your favorite parts in general. All those things. I appreciate the reviews that have been coming. Got a bunch of reviews through Spotify, which is nice.
Nice.
So people that are writing reviews on Apple Podcasts, please be sure to do that as well.
All these things help. They don't go unnoticed, and it means a lot to us.
Yeah.
Come on.
The clips that have been going out, more clips will be coming out. I hope you guys enjoy the full episodes that have been coming out. You'll be getting more of those as well. And as always, meet me outside.